were about 3 or 4 months, we were still on the Monsanto campus. And so they kind of fit us in closets and little spaces like that. So literally, I was working out of a closet.
I met Thad Simons on his first day. I actually came before him. And we put him in a closet.
And she was sitting outside my closet. And she was on the phone getting all the benefit plans set up. And I heard this screaming on the phone.
He said my voice was elevated a little bit so that he could hear it in his office.
So then I talked to Joe Privet, our president, what's going on here with this? Well, she's very passionate.
We just forged a relationship that was built on, integrity. We both have high expectations of ourselves, so we can have high expectations of the organization.
And we were a team, we were committed, and we grew worldwide, and it was a lot of fun.
I didn't work directly with Giovanni, but I heard about him, because you would hear his laughter and singing. And so I love that kind of energy. So Giovanni would sing, and I'd try to dance a little bit, and Thad would look at me and Giovanni and say, "You both are nuts."
I loved it. It was crazy. There was such a passion, such an enthusiasm. You move from a state of stress, which is the announcement of your division being sold, to the engagement of creating something new. And we were a very interesting group of people, very highly, motivated and entrepreneurial. So once we knew what our destiny was at that time, we really rallied together to create something new, and it happened.
When Novus was being formed, the first president of Novus called my house one Saturday morning and said, "I'd like you to leave Monsanto and join this new company that we're forming." I did something that I never thought I would do, which was leave, at that time, the 4th largest chemical company in America to join a startup company.
It was a very exciting time. We were a small business unit inside Monsanto, and being spun out, acquired by a couple of Japanese companies. Element was the major product, and we also had the dry form of that, MHA, and we had Sanquin. So we had those 3 products that we were taking to the market, but starting up from the first day, we were a global company.
Came to understand the new ownership was interested in the long term, and which is Mitsui and Nippon Soda, and that's was enough for me to take the leap of faith and join Novus.
Part of the fun was realizing that we get to make the rules.
There were just a small number of us at the beginning, and we trusted that small group of people to establish the headquarters.
I just knew that this company was going to grow and do well because the president had a vision. He knew what he wanted to do.
And so the vision, helping to feed the world wholesome and affordable food, we worked through all those different words as how those words would carry through for a long time for us.
We have an opportunity to take a product that's been very, very good, been proven, and take it out into the world, into the market, and see what we could do from there.
Being part of helping to feed the world, those are, and again, working with colleagues that are so dedicated and motivated. So that's what gets me out of bed in the morning, that and the coffee.
When you have one product and you think that you want to help feed the world, is a stretch. But you need to have a stretch to put the thread, that should be the thread, to put all the other pieces to get there. And that's what happened.
Innovation starts with looking at something that everybody else has been looking at and seeing it differently.
You'll get sometimes a pushback in terms of, well, why can't we do it this way? That also makes me reflect on, well, maybe there is a different way to do something.
We learned from the element business in poultry as to how we can be more effective with element and other products going into the other species.
And when you've got the same molecule that 3 other companies have, how are you going to innovate? Well, you're going to have to look at that in a very different way than your competitors do, and consider possibilities that they would say that's a non-starter.
That's where we started. They said, what we can do with the molecule that we have, where can we go? So one way was to develop other molecules based on our molecule,
And about 5 years ago, there was a group of people that was commissioned by Giovanni Gasparoni to develop the first Novus trace mineral product, which became Mintrex.
And we went from one product to another, so from Alimet, MHA, MFP, and Mintrex, and then being in one segment like organic trace mineral, moved to another one. Selenium East has nothing to do with Alimet, but is part of the same domain. And the same for adjacent market. We started with chicken because Alimet is needed in poultry, and then we move into swine, and then we move into ruminant, and today we are basically present in all different species in the world.
Novus is founded on innovation, and so we have a long history of innovation in the ways in which we have worked with our customers and the ways in which we have actually brought our products to market. But every day we need to be challenging ourselves as what would be the needs for our customers in the future.
One of Novus's greatest assets is the trust that our customers give to us. You've got to be honest with yourselves and with your customers when you've got something and when you don't have something. And so innovation and integrity are a process that can't happen separately.
We have a lot of very intelligent and hardworking and dedicated people, and I think, and very creative as well. And I think that is our competitive advantage.
If you educate your customers, then they can do better with their customers, and it just has a trickle-down effect to people.
The approach we have to science and the understanding that we bring to the science around our products and solutions, but then building that bridge to the application, to really applying that to a need that a customer has.
And make sure that we address them not by a cookie-cutter approach, but by being respectful of the different identities of the production around the world.
It cannot be from St. Louis that we're going to tell the customers all around the world what their needs are. It's only because having people locally that understand those needs and come back and tell us how we can address those needs, either through the products we already have, by developing products in research, or by acquiring other products.
That's the critical aspect of being local. Thinking global, acting local. We have to be close to our customers and understanding what they're experiencing and not assuming that we understand it from here.
We've grown very rapidly. Now we have a lot of products. And the question is what's going to come next? And how is it going to come?
We're getting to where we want to go because we wanted to be able to make an impact on the world and to do some good in the world.
Our vision is much more tied to what we do and doing something for the future.
If people follow, they get engaged, and they expand their roles, they make their job as big as they can, this is an unstoppable machine because we are onto something that is really unique in terms of strategy.
People need the products that we have, and we want it to be affordable. So we get together as an executive team and we talk about how we can do this better.
But we need to still be thinking in terms of what's the innovation required in 5 years, in 10 years.
The Novus Scholarship Program does a lot of things in the university setting because that's where the industry leaders are, that's where the research is happening, and that's where tomorrow's leaders and scientists come from.
We can actually see that by making a contribution to an education program in China, that we can actually be identifying potential employees for Novus. We can actually see that we will have future customers who we will have worked with already as they were students.
What I hope that will get bigger in Novus will be a more entrepreneurial spirit in different parts of the world. Train them well and make sure that we find talented around the world that will continue this growth.
So I think sustainability for Novus is still evolving. How we can do things better, more efficiently, less impact on the environment. But I think it means a lot more than that. What we do is going to make the world a better place than it was before we were there.
It's a company that lets people that are a little bit on the edge, like me, flourish.
Most important asset in Novus are people. The people who are making a difference every day in terms of serving those customer needs.
You can't have a company without good people. You can structure the company any way you want to. You can have the best products in the world, but unless you invest in the people and give them the tools that they need to really perform at their very best, you're not going to make it.
I keep telling everybody the boundaries of your job is you are defining the boundaries of your job. You can make your job as big as you want.
It's all about giving everybody an equal opportunity, and then you, the employee, have to decide what you're going to do with that opportunity.
So you have the opportunity to be creative, you have the opportunity to try to use your brain and think beyond the ordinary. And I think from Thad down, there's a real system in the company, a culture that encourages that.
So many of the employees have been around for a very long time, and so I think there is that feeling of family, and I think the new people are embracing that as well.
The people who will do well or do well in Novus are the people that have a passion and curiosity.
Well, Giovanni says we want people who are curious. And I believe that too, that you want people that are always asking the question, why is that?
The vision is critical to the commitment that you see of the Novus people. It's about being part of something that's bigger than yourself, something that's going to be there when you're not.
We're accomplishing a mission that's important, and it's a long-lasting mission, and it's involving helping to feed the people of the world.
We are in Africa to help a few guys to make a chicken which is cheaper, or allow more people to eat chicken instead of once every other month, once every month, and then once every 2 weeks, and now every week. And now it gets into every day. And when it gets into that level, the health of the people will improve.
We need to be continuing to live up to our vision, helping to feed the world, wholesome and affordable food, and improve the quality of life.
Today, people relate to that vision. Today, people believe in it. And it was funny because we saw that maturing, at least I realized that or witnessed that in the last 5 years. See how people really, even the new hire, they believe in it. This is the reason why they come to Novus.
We're getting to where we want to go because we wanted to be able to make an impact on the world and to do some good in the world. Not to say that we don't want to make money. That's our, we owe that to the stakeholders. We want to make money. But if you do things for the right reason, you're going to make money at it.
So the vision of Novus to me means that we can make a real difference in the nutrition and health of the people around the world. If you can actually see the difference over the 5- and 10-year period in the nutrition and well-being of people around the world, and this is what we set out to do 20 years ago.
We have a place that's very important in addressing a basic human need. We all need to be able to have adequate nutrition every day, and Novus has a fundamental role in helping to achieve that vision.